Today, on Car Share Genius, a guest pushes the Charger past its limits. Luke uncovers a rental gone wrong, and one dashboard light changes everything. Only on Car Share Genius.
Hey guys, it's your boy Mr. Luke Evan Brooks. I hope that everyone's doing well. Welcome to the channel, Car Share Genius. So we're going to talk about a few things that's happened. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. So the first thing we're going to talk about is dealing with the Charger. You saw the video of the Charger. Then we're going to talk about the story that I got upset with a customer. And then we're going to talk about a check engine light that really messed me up almost. First thing, I like to get to the point. Make sure you subscribe. If you're looking to start on Turo, make sure that you get my book, Car Share Genius. Car Share Genius is the course, but the book is called Starting Out on Turo. Make sure you get that. Definitely, this is an A through Z. This is going to walk you through. If you're trying to figure out if you should do it, go for the book. If you know more than sure that you want to get into Turo, the course is interactive, 101 with me, 28 chapters. It will get you going in the right direction. So with all that being said, out the door, I want to talk about the Challenger, or actually the Charger, because both those cars have been the ones that's been in accidents lately. I have a Charger, and this story is about me dealing with a customer who been renting with me. She went through all my cars. She went through my Nissan, she went through my Fords, and then she finally went to the Charger because no other cars are available, and I didn't think nothing of it. So I didn't notice this, and this is a lesson learned to all the people who are looking to get their cars onto the platform. You have to be focused on exactly what you want to do. So the customer rented the car out, and it's supposed to be for 2 weeks because she's looking for a car, she says. And she told me her work schedule, which you don't need to know. And when we was talking to her about this, I was like, okay, whatever. So then she come to contact me saying, hey, something's wrong. The person ran into your car. Here's the picture. And I said, how did they run the car? Well, they hit the car in the parking lot. I'm like, with that type of force, and I'm going to show pictures. You'll see the pictures over here. With that type of damage done to the Dodge Charger, that's not someone that's happened to back up and hit your car. It's like they had to pick up kinetic speed. They had to be going really fast. So went back, did a research on the GPS. Come to find out the car's been driven 120 miles per hour multiple times. Now this is an old lady, and she told me she works from 8 to 3 in the morning. Why has this car been driven in between those times? And the street that they were driving on was on a known street in Charlotte that's known for drag racing. Come to find out, it's her grandson who's driving the car. So he's been taking the car out, driving it, acting crazy. So when I talked to her about this, she tells me this crazy story. She says, well, my grandson ran at the man who hit the car and started yelling, and they start fussing. They almost called the police, so we drove away. And then the guy won't show up. It was just a total crock of bullshit, to be honest with you. And what it was is that they didn't do none of that, because he gave me a number. No one picked up the phone. And I told her, it's like, hey, you about to be 1-star, and you should 1-star customers who wreck your car automatically. It needs to be 3 or below automatically, because what I understand with Turo's not checking these people's driving record. You don't know if they got points. You don't know if they're drinking. You don't get all that information. And that's why I set my cars at a high price. Now, does that stop everyone from driving my car who has a driving issue? No, it doesn't. But what it does is filter out most of them. Short story to here is that we had to get the car fixed. It took almost a month and a half to get the car fixed. And I also put a kill switch. If you have a car that you're invested in, you don't have to do this with all your cars, but if you got a car that you're invested in, I recommend this for brand new cars that you buy from the dealership. Cars that you are fond of. Like my Dodge Charger was my second car that I got when I was in the Navy. Literally the year later, I bought that car. I bought the bought the Camaro, and I bought the Dodge Charger. It was like back to back. So it's like things like that. When you put a kill switch in the car, Make sure you have the GPS going. Make sure you're watching what people are doing, because you can get reports off these GPSs. You can use Optimus, that will give you a report. You can get Zuby, that will give you a report. You can get many of the other ones as well too. And the one I used was TrackHawk. TrackHawk built in with the kill switch, meaning that if someone's driving your car and they're driving reckless and you already put out the warning, hey, don't drive my car, don't go over three digits, you know, don't hit 3 digits in my car. If you hit 3 digits in my vehicle, then we're gonna have an issue. Soon as you put that out in writing and they hit it, kill the kill switch. The car won't start, and then they have to call you. Me and my team use this all the time. If anyone's driving crazy, reckless, we look at the age as well too. And y'all might say that's discriminatory, but you never know. People want to test out a V8 Hemi engine. You know, you got a scat pack on the vehicle. You want to use all your protection measures on it and let them know, hey, this is going to happen. So they won't be like, well, I didn't know about it. So no, you knew about it in a write-up, and that's where we have the messages. And these are something that we also offer in the course. The course shows you exactly how to set this up. So we use that. We use other applications to track the vehicle. One of the applications that I use is Bouncy. Bouncy is the main one that I used for her, actually. And once we showed her the information, she couldn't say anything. She got the 1-star. And when you 1-star or 2-star, 3-star someone, they're no longer able to rent any of your vehicles in your fleet. So use it wisely. Insurance, pay for it. Turo paid for it, but it was a lesson learned. It was out for a month and a half. So going on to the next story. The next story where I got pissed off was dealing with a customer that was going back and forth saying car was all jacked up, things like that. Now you might say, well, Luke, that happens typically, right? As a Turo host, you're gonna have customers trying to weasel down with prices. You're gonna have some customers do that. That's why I say you elevate your price up. Don't go low, because once you go lower, you start getting riffraff. Do not. Even you say, well, my car's not renting out every day. Okay, there's other ways to get your car broadcast other than with Turo. There's social media, that's you using YouTube, that's you putting ads out there. It's different with you setting up a website like I do. It's ways to get your car broadcast other than with Turo to give you the broad light of what's going on with your vehicle. So anyway, this customer sitting here telling me stories about what was going on with my vehicle, saying it was whack, it wasn't working, things like that, saying the car won't start, the horn don't work, things, all types of stuff, because she didn't like it because the spoiler was messed up. So over time, the Dodge Charger, we're talking about the Dodge Charger again, the spoiler was already messed up, and it was already told to her. We had to tape it down until we got the actual spoiler and got someone to actually install it. So she was like aware of this, and so okay. So then she tries to come back and say, well, something's wrong with the car, brakes don't work, the spoiler, you know, blah blah blah, and nothing was wrong with the brake because the brakes got replaced. But if a customer says that, Turo is going to turn around and mark your car down. So be aware, if you have to make that decision that you just gonna cancel on the customer, make that decision wisely, because I think you can only cancel maybe 3 cars in a quarter when they do that review. So be cautious with that, but let the customer know, like, hey, this car have a spoiler issue, and the spoiler is not anything mechanical. There's nothing dealing with the safety of the car. That's a cosmetic feature of the car. Unless you're gonna go 130 miles per hour like the other person was doing in the other story, but it doesn't have anything to do with the function of the car, and it was secured temporarily, but she didn't want to do it. So I had to go through a big fight. I was mad. I had to go to Turo. Turo was like, well, we're going to keep it on air because of the new policy. And the policy was that they're only going to take like 1 bad review down, which is total crock of shit. I like Turo, but like, where if you cater to crazy people, like when I say crazy people, you cater to guests who don't give a damn about your vehicle. They don't care about what your vehicle does. They just gonna wear and tear your vehicle. Then they gotta have to make a reality check here. When the vehicle is going down like that, you're not gonna be playing around. When customers or something's wrong with the car, when your car's not nothing wrong with it, you know, nothing's wrong with the vehicle, it puts you in a bind. And what I mean by that bind is that Turo's going to take their evaluation for face value. You're not going to go back and look at the vehicle that was rented out the night before, the day before it, checked back in, no issues, 5 stars. They're just going to go off of what they say, which is total crock of shit. So why would the other customer before them say nothing's wrong with the vehicle, where this customer saying, oh, everything's wrong with this vehicle, safety related, you know, hey, something's wrong with this, blah, 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 this and that. We're not going to play that. So in that situation with this customer, I got her. I still get her, because there was a lot of tows that went by that she drove the car in and she didn't say anything about it. It was like she drove the car and people might have talked to her, oh, that car's got tape on it, you know, because we had to use tape to secure the spoiler. Now, it's one thing, we give you free gas, right? And I do that. Like, if you have any issues done with your car, you're going to sit there and say, okay, what do we do? What do we discount? Do we give them a discount if they're a future guest? Or do we give them a discount now with free gas? Things of that sort. And I did all those things, and she didn't care. She wanted more, even though the car was discounted already. And what I would tell people is this: keep receipts of everything. Every receipt that you bought parts for, any type of work you done on the car, any videotape. When you're dealing with guests who's sitting there saying something's wrong with your car, you need to have that evidence. Now, Turo might still make you go to a repair facility to go get the certification, like this checklist right here. This checklist is what I had to go through, and it cost me $50. It used to be free, but now whenever you go to a mechanic, they can charge you between $50 to $100 to do a safety inspection, which is stupid to me. And to me, I think that this guest was hell, because it was nonstop. It took almost 2 weeks to get this resolved. Now, I'm not telling you that you can't get this resolved, because I did get it resolved. But again, I think the factors on my part was setting the price on the vehicle too low, that you're attracting the wrong people. You want to attract the right people, or you can restrict your vehicle to go to only certain locations. So don't drop off the vehicle at their house. You may not want the vehicle to be picked up at your house. You may want the vehicle to be picked up at the airport or at a very public place, a lot of traffic, where you know that you're not getting riffraff, and you set that price up. You set that price not too high, but a reasonable amount. Now, I tell you to use Turex. We talked about that. You use Turex to compare the prices of other vehicles that are similar to yours in that area. So just take that in mind when you're setting your prices. And your prices, you might have to tweak them every day so you can get the right people. So for right now, I'm not getting anyone right now for my rentals. Now, if I lower that price by $20, $30, you get people. But the question is, what type of people? I would tell you, anyone who's renting a car on Turo, I'd rather for you to have your car have rentals that's like 50% versus 90%, where you're renting it out to everyone and they're tearing up your car. You have to think about wear and tear. You got to think about people, how they treat your car, if they're smoking in your car, or any of that nonsense. When you set the price higher, those people know they're gonna have to put more skin in the game. You will get people, but you may have lower amounts of people. So take it how you want to. Now, for the final thing I want to talk about is my vehicle that had a check engine light. This was with my Ford Edge. The Ford Edge is wonderful, right? It's 2013. We maintain it and whatnot. But what took place was with another guest. Guest was saying that the car was running a high temp. She said it was flashing. That check engine light, if you go to it, if you look it up, if you have a check engine light that's flashing, that means that something's about to collapse right now. Whether that's dealing with your oil, it's dealing with the engine itself, or something. It's something very serious. Not where it just comes on and stays on, but if it's flashing, you don't want to deal with that. So I told that guest to go ahead and stop the car. We'll get it towed. Now, come to find out, there was nothing wrong with the vehicle. She just didn't want to drive the vehicle. Now, I guess you might say, Luke, why she didn't want to drive the vehicle? Because it was older. Now, I know this because of how she left the review. She said, oh, this car's too old. But again, when you list your vehicle on Turo, you're putting the make, model, and the year. So she knew what she was walking into, and the pictures were there provided. she wanted to get a cheaper deal. She wanted to basically get the car for free. And I will tell you this again, this circles all back to what I tell people, and this is what's in the book, Starting Out on Turo, is that you don't want people, anyone, everyone renting your car. You want a certain clientele, so you need to set the price at a certain level. Now, Turo might tell you, oh, that's too high. You can't go off of that. What I would recommend you to, again, is to go through Turex. When you go through Turex, Turex allows you to look at exactly what the price is with your competitors. Bottom, the short line to this is that dealing with that check engine light, it wasn't one. But when we took it to the repair shop, the transmission fluid was very low. I went ahead and took care of it. I took that loss and I moved forward. But when you dealing with a flashing check engine light, you don't know what it is. If you don't have Bouncy hooked up in the car or Zuby hooked up in the car, you're not gonna know what it is. So take that seriously. But customers saying check engine light's going on, they call crying wolf. You got to take it seriously. You can't push that off. So guys, I hope that this helps you out. I wanted to make this straight to the point. If you're serious about making changes in your life, you tired of being broke, you really ready to have a strategy, a game plan, want to know about how Turo works, my book is right here, Starting Out on Turo. Get this book. This book is not going to cost you no more than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. And I mean that. A lot of people talk about they're going to do stuff, but they sit on their asses. And you don't want to sit on your ass. You want to make something happen. If you really want to make change in your life, you got to start today. If you're serious about dealing with making this crossover and you want to get more in depth, the course is right here. This is the interactive course of Car Share Genius. This is the master course, 28 modules. I walk you through A through Z, video, documentation. You have everything that I have to give to you to get you going. And I'm telling you this now, you're going to have support. You're going to have people who are going to provide you help, because it's not just me. It's a group of people that's going to help you. You're going to be able to work around the whole navigation of Turo. And Turo's changing all the time, and this is where you want to go. The book is one thing, but the course is interactive. It's always growing. It's evergreen. So I don't want you to be left behind. But the course, all this, the course, the book, everything is going to be down below in the description. But you need to hop on it today. And again, guys, I have to make sure that you're safe. I want you to be successful. I don't want you to be scared, but I want to keep it real. I don't want to sugarcoat anything about Turo. Because when you sugarcoat, you make things seem like everything's gravy. It's not like that. But if you know what you're walking into, you can prepare yourself to win. Guys, I have a question for you. What crazy experiences that you have, if you're a host on Turo, that you encounter, and how did you resolve them? If you're new to this, make sure you subscribe to the channel where we drop everything else. And by the way, check out this upcoming trailer. All right, guys. See you next time. Take care.
Next time on Car Share Genius, a cheap guest schemes for a free ride, but learns the hard way, nothing comes free. Luke shows how he built his fleet while living overseas, and Turo wants your help in Washington. But are they really helping the hosts? Find out next time, only on Car Share Genius.